everybody. So this bird is the goldfinch that we are about to do, and it is for the 7th of December. It is my mum's birthday today. Happy birthday, mummy. And it is also C's birthday. Happy birthday, C. And it was Maria from Ohio's birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, happy belated birthday, Maria. I'm sure I will have wished you happy birthday, but I apologize for not mentioning it on the video. So let's start with the goldfinch. I'd like to do this one in mixed media. I have some gouache here that I'm going to get started by putting some gouache down. Oh, you can't see that. Maybe I will move everything down slightly and then put this here so that you can see a little bit of my color palette. So I'm going to get started with just blocking in the shape of the bird first, and then using some mixed media over the top. Maybe some pencil crayons. I'm not 100% sure, so let's get started. So usually I start by putting the branch in, and I could do that quickly. I see some resistance with my gouache over the acrylic gouache, so I may be jumping right into my other media. I'm still going to keep going because I know that gouache can be a little bit temperamental, but if I just go over it a little bit, it may be fine. Okay, so we have the legs, one here, and one here. I look at the negative space to see that I'm getting this right. And now I'm going to look at the shape of the bird. Shape of the beak, very important. I have this way too high up. If this is my bird, I'm making my bird a little bit smaller, so let's have a look. Maybe not too small. I'm gonna just make this a little bit larger at the top here. And then pull the back. Okay, so the yellow is basically being incorporated into the back of the bird. And actually I'm going to use my black for this, the back right here. Sorry, that was my stomach. And the tail feathers. Maybe a little bit longer. I think I may use the Posca pen for the yellow that I did initially put down, but then I changed and went right over with this color here. Let's block in the colors now. So I'm just taking the colors that I see and I'm blocking them in. And a little bit more water. I need almost like a chestnut color. Okay, that's better. And bring that color all the way here where I need it. And I'm mixing up an orange and a blue to get the color of the feet. I know it's not super important right now to get them in, but I do like to see how he stands with his feet. I think I'm going to use the red Posca up here for the crest of his head and also underneath. I just wanted something quite bright. And then I can also take the black. So this is definitely a mixed media piece that we are working on here. Oh, and I forgot to set the timer again. Anyway, try not to take forever on your piece. This is a little bit wet here, and that's a little bit wet down there too. So let's put a pretty background in for the Goldfinch. I think I would like to brighten it up a little bit and put some yellow. I do like the contrasting yellow, but I need to not fill in with the yellow, but just create a little bit of a pattern. And then I can always come back and add to this. Oh, and I wanted this yellow for here. It's a good idea to use the color you're using in as many places as you can when you're looking at doing something like this. Maybe, you know, you can use the yellow that you have in your hand for another area. Don't get stuck on one little area in particular. Okay, I need the white to create a little bit more drama up here. White on the beak. White crest down here. That'll dry. I'm going to take the green and just see this, a little bit of moss on this branch. So having a limited palette also with the poscas, I feel it pushes you to use them in a different way, maybe blend them, because this is definitely probably the wrong green for right here. I'd like some darker areas on the branch, so I'm just going to use the dark blue. Just creating a little bit of contrast. So if I want to look at the light and shadow, I need to pick where my light is going to hit the bird. So I'm going to take the light coming from the top right, so this way I can make underneath here a little bit darker, or here a little bit lighter. So maybe I'll just make here a little bit lighter. You take my paintbrush that I had. This one, also got to be careful where the feet and legs are, and if they are in shadow or if they're not in shadow. I think back here would definitely be in shadow, so I'm going to put it, and also here in shadow, and then I can just take my paintbrush and use it for the shadow area. There. Actually, I'm going to take this blue and add it back here. And this needs to be black, but I'm going to start with blue and then add the black. Okay. Now I'm just smoothing it out. I know that I could just take gouache, but I kind of like the control that you get from the Poscas. And because I have some of the Posca here that's not dry, I'm using that to my advantage. Like here. And here, and I need to add a little bit of brown, which I can mix in to this area and down here. It's so much easier to talk when you have a live audience because you feel like you're asking everyone questions as you go. So I apologize if I'm a little bit quiet here. Ooh, how did that get on there? Oh, I can see. It's my paintbrush that's crumbling a little bit. Just put a little bit more texture on this branch. And some light. Because there's a little bit of a brighter area on the red, I'm going to take the orange and just add that to the brighter areas. And then take my 14B and add a few more details. I think this one has gone way past 10 minutes. But if you want to keep yours to 10 minutes, you totally can. This needs to be a little bit lighter. And this is still wet. I can work on the feet a little bit. I think this is the black, and just darken the feathers here. And then just darken a tiny little bit the brown right here. Just add a little bit of darkness to here and some texture up here on the wing. I'd like to add something special for the background. I think I'm going to add the blue. Just want to make sure that it's nice and loose. I'm going to add these little berries that probably look a little bit like olives. I won't put it over the name, but we'll do them around. I like adding random elements on top of another element when it comes to patterning. I think it looks nice. It's something which I've been working on and over the top when it comes to my patterns. There we go. I think the Goldfinch is finished. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.